Well, I think I might have found out who brought fish lice into our tanks. I'm not 100% sure that this is the creature, but it's a mighty good guess that it is. 2 days ago, I pulled out a bunch of rock work from the pond. I mean, from the 25,000 gallon fish tank, or exhibit as we call it. It's all the white spots where the rocks lay. So you can see all those rocks I pulled out. And I couldn't believe my eyes when I was taking apart one pile. They laid in big piles, stacked up on each other. I saw a movement. And I saw it was a crayfish. I'm like, what in the world? Look at him. He's a blue crayfish. That's the kind we have here in the wild, plenty of. Okay. So I wonder if this guy got inside the pond and brought the fish lice with him. Oftentimes they're eaten in the wild, and we see the blue shells, crayfish shells laying here and there. I have no idea how he got inside. I mean, he was already treated 2 times with formalin and malachite green, and 3 times with Dimilin X. This is also a miracle, because I have no idea how he survived in there with all these predators and catfish in there that would have loved live crayfish for a meal. Can they scale or climb? I mean, he could probably climb on this shade cloth, be able to climb over. Maybe it's a far way. He'd have to climb over here, maybe climb over and then fall inside. He could never scale a smooth glass, of course. I have no idea where else he could have done it. I don't think he could have done plywood, even here. Well, maybe he could come up here, but then he'd have to cross over, which is smooth here, so I don't know if he'd be able to climb even that far up. I mean, this is the outside. It's only protected by shade cloth. So there are holes here and there. I mean, things get inside. Snakes, lizards, and I guess a crayfish can make it as well too. Rats. So if he ever made it onto this ledge, he could dive in. The last place is if he could scale this brick wall. I mean, there is a hole usually right here in the corner where that rats make a hole right there behind. So if he got in here, somehow scaled this wall, went on our patio or lanai, then was looking where to go and just crawled over. I mean, this pile of rocks I just put here, it wasn't here. Then there's this little ledge here, and then he's free to get inside the pond again. My wife usually sits here dangling her feet in the water and feeds the koi by hand. Whoever else comes, sometimes catfish. But anyhow, those are my only guesses, and this is the first time it happened, but for sure this is too much of a coincidence that we had a fish lice infestation about 2 months ago. It started, and then just purely coincidentally, I decided it's too much rock in there. The big fish like the sturgeon and the whales, maybe somebody else were getting stuck in them and throw them around. So I needed to give them more space to swim. Just like that sturgeon is doing right now. This rock was stocked up about 2 or 3 feet high. So he survived on one of the piles of the rocks, even though I made it so that koi and everybody can get it in between the rocks and clean everything, suck out everything. But this guy is the lucky guy. Maybe I should keep him. Name him Lucky. First, he found a way into the lucrative fish exhibit. Second, he wasn't eaten. Third, I got him out, and I can keep him since he's clean now. Hopefully. I mean, I'm sure he brought in not only the fish lice, a bunch of other parasites, bacteria, other crud. The only other way he could get in there, I don't think it's possible even, is against the flow, the drain. So the water drains in there from here. So he'd have to climb up into this pipe somehow, through the pipe, get inside here, then climb into that pipe, which is probably impossible, get inside here, then get inside that pipe, which goes into the 25,000 gallon. I don't think, I mean, anything's possible, but this is way too far stretched. Plus, daily I put bleach in the drain to kill everything inside that drain pipe. So I was doing the overflow in the other direction. I mean, everything overflows into the big tank. This is the fresh water, and the 4 overflows into it. And then there is a hole in there. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. There is a homemade bulkhead, and there's a pipe underneath. So this water overflows into this tank, in the first quarantine tank. This overflows into second quarantine tank, and the second quarantine tank overflows into the drain. And then this goes out back to where it came from, into nature. So those are my only 2 guesses that I can think of. We have a couple of 7-striped carp, the Esox. You see the white, the milky mucus, I mean milky skin on them. 2 of them have that. I thought these were the fish lice larvae, but fish lice, I'm almost done killing them. I already done 3 Dimilin X, which is benzoron, something like that, treatment. And they're flashing still a little bit once in a while, but a lot less, and I don't see the running fish lice on fish. But those, in one instance, those 7-striped carp, they improved a lot, but not entirely. So that's, I would say this is the only other indication of some disease in this tank. That whiteness on a couple of Esox. There's a bigger one that has the same thing on him. We have 4. 2 are, there he is, this one I think. Yep. That guy. So that crud also, I mean, that whatever is causing that disease is probably came with the crayfish as well. So here's our little detective finding of the day. Thank you for watching, guys.